Welcome everybody to the Business Geeks podcast where we geek business. I'm Super Joe Pardo and I'm joined today by my wonderful two co-hosts. This week our discussion topic is profitable pricing strategy. And I know I have quite a bit to say. I was thinking about this over the course of this past week, and I know I have quite a bit quite a bit to talk about. This week we also have some grind my gears that came up, and as well as one cool thing that includes Google Drive. So I'm looking forward to learning more about that because I use Google Drive pretty often. Jennifer Crawford, the co-founder of Sparent.co. Jennifer, how are you feeling tonight?
That's a great question, Joe. I'm so glad you're concerned. I am feeling pretty good, especially since I just saw that Lou Hastings, our hashtag master, is in the house tonight.
Woot!
We missed him last week. I am doing good. We had a beautiful day today. I've gotten my exercise in. I got a shower in. I was fairly productive. It's a good day. That's called a good day around here.
Yeah, I would say it is. If you actually get a shower, I mean, having two kids in the house, it creates a issue with getting showers and that having any kind of privacy time. But yeah, it's a good day if you get a shower, especially in quarantine mode.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Now I'm just having a hygiene because I'm a hygienic person. There's no pressure. Like there's no, oh, I'm going to see somebody today kind of hygiene. This is just me being a clean person.
Good to know that you're growing up.
Adulting hard over here.
Yeah, clearly. We're also joined by Samantha Riley of SamanthaRiley.global. How are you feeling tonight, Sam?
I'm doing so well, guys. I didn't realize that having a shower before 10 a.m. means I've totally smashed the day. I'm so excited. Thanks for bringing that up, Jennifer. I'm feeling so much better about myself. And hashtag Lou's back. So great that you're back, Lou. We were very confused last week without our hashtags to carry us through our episode.
Yes, absolutely.
And how about you, Joe? How are you doing
I
today?
am
Or this
really
evening on
annoyed.
your side of the world?
Yes,
Oh,
evening.
tell us
Yeah,
what's going
annoyed.
on.
I'm taking over the garage as my only means of office as we've been moving forward here. In fact, we're getting carpet put in, like carpet tiles put in this garage soonish. And because of that, I was like, hey, I should probably bring my good mic down, the fancy mic down. And I had everything working. A shout out to David O'Steele, who helped me make sure that everything was working fine in StreamYard earlier today around like 10 o'clock. And now here we are, 8 o'clock, just like 10 hours later or whatever that math works out to be. I'm not sure. And it doesn't work properly like it's supposed to. So I don't have the ding. Like I'm hitting the dings, but you're not hearing them.
Oh no, we've got no
Yeah,
Belgian. What are we gonna
yeah,
do? We were all so
no.
excited.
I know. I have voice modulation now too. I can sing to you
No, please don't.
but
It's
it's
okay.
modulated, so I actually sound like I know what I'm doing.
I am going to go on strike. I just want to say, because I worked so hard to get the ding, to get the bell. We got the bell, and then the bell is gone.
More like a cowbell.
I was gonna say that sounds like you're in the in Austria waiting for the cows to come down the hill.
Well,
Oh dear.
yeah, I don't know. Hopefully, I'll get this sorted out. I got another desk. I'm gonna move off of this folding table finally and get my stuff all configured the way it should be. So,
Well,
gonna
I'm
get a
glad
big
that
boy
we've got
desk.
you here, Joe, anyway.
Yes, I'm happy. I'm happy I was able to at least get this working in time for us to go live. So this week we're talking about profitable pricing strategy. Who wants to take a crack first at what that really means? Like,
Look,
what
Jen
does
is
that mean?
always the person that frames this show so well. Jen, give us some context.
Well, what we're talking about when we talk about pricing strategy is the method in which you're calculating what to charge for your products or services. So it's not a random decision, right? A lot of things go into it. And depending on what you're selling, whether it's a product, a service, an event, there are a lot of different models that you can choose from. So that's what we're going to talk about, because the thing that I hear a lot from small business owners, the thing that they struggle with is what to charge for what they do or for what they sell. So, that's how we pick our topics on the Business Geeks podcast, is we try to think about the things that we're hearing from other business owners that they struggle with, and that they have to ponder more than the normal. So this is one of those things. And so we want ourselves to be profitable in business. We want you to be profitable in business. So let's talk pricing.
Absolutely. Can I just say, one of the biggest problems that I see when new clients come on, and when I say new, not just new clients for myself, but new into the business world, is that when they pull their first price, they pull it out of thin air. Think, oh, that looks about right. And once you pop it in the spreadsheet and have a look, you're like, not going to do it. So we're going to talk about how to price your products and services without just pulling that price out of the air and praying and hoping that it's going to work and praying that you'll be in business in 18 months' time.
Ooh, well, this is an important topic also, because I love to quote stats from studies. And there's a study I cannot name that says 60%. So I love doing that too. 60% of shoppers say price is the most important factor in their purchasing decisions. 60%. So this is because you priced yourselves poorly. And that doesn't mean that you didn't price yourself low enough, because I want to talk about that. I am not one that's like ready to race to the bottom. So this is what we're doing. We're talking.
Well, actually, can I just touch on that for a second, Jen? So I would imagine that a lot of people have heard that stat, 60%, and automatically thought or assumed that what that means is that 60% of people would choose the lowest price. And I would say that that's actually a wrong assumption, in that a lot of times if you are the lowest price, that will actually mean that people won't choose you. So that's a really interesting stat on its own, and how to pull that apart, because I know that if I'm looking at a service and there's one price that's a lot lower than the others, that will generally make me think, oh, what's wrong with that one?
Yes, is that a bell? That's a bell.
I got a cowbell.
Yeah, better than the cowbell. Sometimes you got to use the XLR cables to get that in. Yeah,
that's what we do at Business Geeks.
It sets off the alarm, right? Like, oh, why is this so much cheaper? Am I pricing apples for apples? I mean, that's one of the things that like the bed industry, does. They're like, oh, we'll match any price on the same identical thing, but like it's never actually identical, because they have their own unit numbers for each bed that they are buying. But it's just one of those things where it's like, does the price make that much of a difference? And sometimes it can, sometimes it can't. That's where reviews can be helpful, but then even reviews can be faked. So yeah, It's like buyer beware, no matter what you're trying to accomplish there.
And it really, it can depend on what you're looking at. Like I'm a sucker for an expensive shampoo and conditioner. Like I don't want the cheapest shampoo and conditioner, because in my head I'm like, that is going to make my hair fall out. But I feel like, if I spend more on the shampoo and conditioner, I am going to have like Goldilocks on my head. So neither extreme is actually true, but I do tend to spend for the more expensive luxury brands in that category. So yeah, but I automatically assume that if the shampoo and conditioner is cheap, that it's no good.
So, all right. So let's take an example for let's go with a product first, and then we'll go with maybe a digital product, and then we'll go with like a service. That sound good? So physical product
sounds good.
Digital
Yep.
Product, and I talk good. And then we'll go with the service.
Yeah.
So let's start with the physical product. Who who wants to go first?
Well, I can go first because I've owned stores. So a lot of my career, I've had or I've sold physical products. In actual fact, I find it easier to price physical products than I do with services because you can touch it, you can feel it, you can smell it, it's there. And people can compare on price if someone else is selling the exact same product. So a lot of times our physical products are we have a recommended retail price that we need to work on. So that makes it a lot easier because we know kind of where we're sitting. Some suppliers will let you move outside of those recommended retail products, and some suppliers don't. One of our manufacturers would not let us sell for lower than the RRP. So that's, that makes it really quite easy. But exactly like you were saying, Joe, we need to have a look at what our costs are to make sure that holding those physical products is going to bring us a profit. And I know a lot of times that people think that the most expensive product is going to bring the best profit, but this is where you really need to know your numbers because sometimes it is not the case. And I know, Jen, you had something you were going to drop there like gold.
No, not gold. I just want to throw a curveball into the product because I used to run an art gallery. And so we would sell art. And so artists had this was a particularly challenging thing for artists because yes, they had hard costs, like the cost of the canvas, the cost of the paints, the cost of the supplies. And they knew how much time typically it would, take to create their original piece of art. But they didn't really have much to compare it to, like a cost comparison, because it was an original piece of art. And the pricing art has so many subjective factors and, so what would you recommend? We worked with artists and helping them come up with their pricing and a lot went into that decision, but it's a little bit different than a product that you can cost compare to other.
That's super different, Jen. You did throw a curveball.
Yeah. Figuring out how many you can produce a year, how many hours a week you're willing to work, and you kind of have to extrapolate it out to figure out like what's this piece worth. And then, I would at that point look at like, okay, can I add an extra 20, 10, 20, 30%, depending on my name, 40%, 80%, depending on like, if there's a demand for my art, then you can go up and up and up from there. But like, just to get the basis, like, look, if it takes me, 20 hours to make it, that means I can make effectively like 2, maybe 3 a week if I don't really want to, if that's what I want to spend the extra hours of my weekend, and that's the only way I'm going to make money. To me, I would like set a goal like, okay, I want to make, $30,000 a year from this, and then work backwards from there.
I think with the art, I think what we're talking about here is a little bit different than your regular product because there is nothing to compare it against. And I think what you just said then, Joe, what's this worth? I think that's a really interesting question. And I think that goes more to what I would say with the service, in that what it's worth is probably the worth that you give it with a piece of art. Like it's all about confidence and, because why is it that some people can, sell a canvas that's just black with nothing on it for $1 million and some people can't sell it for 2? You know what I mean? It is subjective, and it's the confidence that the person, is handing that across with.
Yeah, so I mean, there's things that, okay, so I was taking it from a standpoint of just getting started, right? Like, or just getting started in actually selling. So you might have been painting for 5 years, but you haven't really, like a good friend of mine who passed away a couple years ago, he was just getting really into doing artwork, like in the 2 years prior to him passing, and like he was just painting like crazy. Like his whole house was just filling up with these amazing paintings, and I'm like, dude, why don't you sell them? He's like, well, I mean, I could, but I don't know. And he's a rapper. He was a rapper. So he had a following and everything, but he just chose to not. And I'm like, dude, if you sold this, like, you wouldn't have to like work at Home Depot on this, like, as part of your gig to like make the money to like survive. Like, you could just, these are incredible. So, and like Lou said, hashtag demand can determine pricing. So art I think is a weird thing, but I would start with your costs and time, and kind of figure out like what is the bare minimum that you could sell for? Add 20%, see if you sell one, and then go from there.
Yeah, I agree with Lou. I mean, with art, there is a really huge demand factor that comes into play. Like, do people actually want what you create? Are they, does it speak to them in some way? And then if it does, other factors come into play. The most successful artists I've seen have been the ones that have qualities very similar to other successful businesses. They get out there and they market themselves, and they work and they improve their craft, and they network, and they make sure to enter their artwork in all the shows and to increase their visibility in any way that they can. And so it's, the pricing might be a little more slippery with art, but I think it might not be as slippery as it might seem on the surface.
Good point.
So back to physical products that are like I guess a little more commonplace outside of an art gallery. One of the things I always thought about when we were buying these products from the manufacturers or the vendors that we were buying them from, like the sheets where they'd be like, oh, this is how much this brake shoe costs to make, and I'm like, I would hate to be the accountant that has to figure out how much like steel, like raw steel material, how much like weight it takes. Like it's like a very complex math problem versus like, here's a can of spray paint, it's $3.99 and then I'm selling it for $6.99. Like that to me is like, oh man, you just made my job like so much easier, right? Versus like, how much did it take, all the mathematics that go into figuring that out. But on the retail side, it is a heck of a lot easier to figure out like, okay, what's the base amount? And to Sam, to your point of like, what's the most profitable? Our most profitable things were the cheapest things, like the butt connectors, the wiring, the things that were like, oh, it's $10. Well, it cost us like $1.50, and we have a huge markup on it. And people don't bat an eye because it's like, it's only like $5. It's only $10. But the thing is when you're playing that profit percentage game, that's where you're gonna, make up that percentage that you're losing every time you sell the big expensive brake drum.
100%. And that's where you really need to know your prices and also what your costs are. So what's your rent? What's your staff cost? What's your, your electricity, your amenities, all of those costs. You need to know what they are. And you need to do some market research and competitor comparison. Now, I can give you an example of these. When we had one of the stores that we had sold dancewear, and one of our competitors advertised that they would give 10% off for every dancer that came into their shop. And I remember thinking, well, that's a bit weird because everyone that comes into your shop's a dancer. We're selling dancewear. And I just thought that, that was my first business and I was quite new in business, but I knew that was a bit of a silly marketing ploy and not quite right. Because what I also discovered was what they did was put their prices on their shelf up by 10% so that when they gave the 10% discount, they were selling at the normal rec retail. So because I knew my prices so well, I knew exactly what I had to cover. What I decided to do was sell at rec retail, so sold at cheaper in the first place. And then I would charge people to purchase a VIP card that would give them the 10%, which meant that they were coming back. But I charged them to do that because I didn't want people that were just coming in purely based on price because they're not good customers. So this is where it's really important to know your costs so you know where you can wiggle and move.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, there is that two schools of thought, right? Like when the creator of the Apple stores went to become the president of JCPenney's like forever ago, he like completely revamped, and JCPenney still admittedly hasn't recovered from this, but basically he was like, we're not doing the Bed Bath & Beyond 20% off things anymore, no more sales, the price is what it is, and we're just going to make the price as competitive as we possibly can. And people were like, yeah, no, I want the sales, like give me the sales, like I need that sale. And it's a difficult piece because, the reality of the price is the reality of the price versus like, oh, it's a sale. And it's like, well, it's not really a sale. Like,
so that's where positioning is really, really important, right? Where are you positioning yourself in the market? So obviously, and I don't know the store names, so forgive me if I get this wrong, but I'm assuming that JCPenney's is like a budget.
Macy's or
Okay, yeah.
yeah,
So
it's like a budget Macy's.
yeah, so they've positioned themselves in the market where their customers like that. When we positioned ourselves in in the dancewear industry all those years ago, I didn't want to be the budget. I wanted to be the premium retail store where people could come and 100% know that they were going to get the most knowledgeable service, because I'd been in dance for a really long time. So I wasn't just anyone selling a pair of dance shoes. I was someone with a large dance background. So I used that weight to be able to position myself in the market. So I think with products, you need to know where you're positioned, who that customer is, and price accordingly, because even with products, it's not purely about the product. It can be around the knowledge or the service behind selling that product.
Yeah, absolutely. And some of the things you've been touching on, Samantha, particularly with your dance store background, is honesty in pricing. Like to me, that's really important, and I think it's something that is important in today's marketplace. I think customers have a lot less patience with that sort of sleight of hand pricing where we mark it up and then we call it a sale when we take 10% off. We're pretty savvy consumers these days because we have the internet at our hands and we can really price compare. I was thinking back to, do you guys remember when Saturn came into the car world? And there are no Saturns anymore. But
I don't even know what Saturn is.
So Saturns came into the car marketplace, and their whole thing with the Saturn is when you bought a Saturn and you went to the dealership, it was one price. There was none of this like haggling, trying to get the best deal, trying to figure out where. It was like, this is how much a Saturn is. We've priced them fairly. This is it. Like, you don't have to go through that whole uncomfortable process of wondering if you're getting ripped off at the car dealership. And I don't remember. Yeah. And yeah, we definitely are. And nobody likes that. Nobody likes going in and like feeling like they're getting ripped off. Like every time I have to go in and like at a dark car dealership, it just feels gross. And I'm like, I don't feel like they're telling me the truth. And I can research the heck out of it. But at the same, but the bottom line is you want to walk out with a car. So they really had a great consumer response when they did this. I don't remember what happened to Saturn. I think in the end, they weren't great cars, but their pricing model was so refreshing at the time. And a lot of people were buying Saturn simply because it was an honest experience. So
I want to piggyback off something that you were going at, Sam, with like not knowing the prices and stuff of what things cost, and never put it like, take it out of your mind that you can get better pricing with bulk pricing, right? Like buying more and getting better and even just asking, because sometimes they don't have like a blue sheet or whatever they're going to call their pricing sheet. They don't necessarily list it there. So sometimes you have to ask, like, hey, if I buy like 100 of these or 1,000 of these, how much lower can I get it? And then once you know that, you can look and say, oh, my competitor, that's why they're offering it for 10% cheaper than or 20% cheaper than I'm giving it, because obviously they're buying it in bulk and they're getting it. Or in the case of the trucking industry, they're a dealership, so they're getting it like, oh, they don't have to buy a trailer load of brake drums. They buy one pallet and it's the same price as if I bought a trailer load, because dealership reasons. And yeah, so it's hard to compete with that, right? Because we had to stock it, we had to move it, touch it a lot. People get hurt, workman's comp, like all those things like pile on to how you can like sell something for about $8 more than you bought it for when it's like 60 to you're buying it for 59 and have to sell it for 65 because competitors. Like it's ridiculous.
Well, that's where you really have to know your unique value, right? Like your like Samantha's dance store, she knew her unique value to her customers is that she had a dance background. She spoke their language. She knew their needs intimately. And that was reflected in the products and how she was able to serve her customers. So if I'm a dance person, I want to go and buy from another dancer because they know my needs. They get it. They get my life. I was thinking about Tom's, shoes.
Mhm.
I have a couple pair of Toms. They fall apart after a while, but I still buy them because every time I buy them, they give another pair. They give a pair of those crappy shoes to somebody who needs them. I mean, they're kind of cute. I mean, they're not that like they're not bad shoes. They're really comfortable, but they don't last forever, and they're not super cheap. Like I think they're like $50 a pair or something.
And there's no Tom. You know that, right?
There's no Tom, right?
There's no Tom.
Yeah,
There's no guy named Tom.
that's okay. It's okay. I don't care.
Okay.
I don't care if there's a Tom. I never really thought about it actually, but really, I mean, I buy them because I'm like, I like what they're doing. Like I'm okay paying a little bit, probably more for this shoe than I should because they're doing some good work. I love their story. I love what they're doing, and they have tons of cool designs and stuff. So they know their unique value. Like it's their story. It's what their social good that they're doing in the world. So yeah, it's not all about getting the best price. It's also like buying something because you believe in it.
Absolutely, absolutely. Just before we move on, because I think we're almost done with products.
Yeah.
When we were talking about pricing before and rent and amenities, I think it's really important to think about the other little things that go into a sale, like packaging, credit card fees, maybe fees wherever your Amazon for your seller fees, and your freight. All of these things need to be taken into account. So it's whatever you're seeing as the price, don't just work it off the price of the product. You really need to look at what is the cost that what does it cost me to be able to move that item.
Yeah, and the taxes that you're going to end up paying on it too.
Oh,
right?
just right.
I gotta tell you.
Oh my goodness, I know this so well. I remember years ago being at a conference and being told that generally in retail, most of the time, your profit is 3%. That's a little number.
So
Make sure you take all the costs into account.
Yeah, well, there's people, if you're in a buying group, there's rebates, right? And like we would have competitors that would just work off of those rebates that you get like 18 months after you buy the thing. Like it's and because they would just work on such razor thin margins.
Yeah, we always paid attention to our rebates, always.
It's so important. Well, Tim here says consumers never realize all those fees, all those costs. And it's so true. Like when, years ago when I had a coffee shop, we had to, we calculated all of our expenses, the lids, the cups, the sleeves, the sugar, the stirrers, like the cream, like every single thing that cost money. I mean, there was everything that you saw cost money. Like I didn't get anything for free. And there were times when we were kind of struggling because, it's hard to make money in a coffee shop. Like coffee is cheap to purchase. So you have to sell a lot to make Starbucks money, right? So, people come in and I would, I remember there was a day and there was like this regular customer and he would like pour out half his coffee and fill half the cup with cream. And I was just like, oh my God, that cup would like cost me like, 77 cents. That now is like costing me like $3. And I sold it to him for $1.40 or whatever it was, like, because the cream was so much more expensive than the coffee to me to purchase. So yeah, it's, when you're dealing with margins like that, like those things, they can be really, really damaging.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Tim's so right. I mean, I saw stuff on Amazon too, and it's such the Amazon fees are ridiculous sometimes, depending on what it is, and then you still have to pay for the shipping on top of that, which it's like one of those things where it's like I'm trying to like sell these old video games, and they're like the lowest price is like less than $1 with free shipping, and I'm like I couldn't like I was like screw it, I'm doing $4.99. And it's like $2.99 shipping. Like it just is what it is, and it might take forever to sell it, but I'm not going to lose money to give it away.
Totally.
So let's move on to digital products, and so we don't backtrack across anything. Because obviously all the same things we've mentioned do apply to this, but what specifically when it comes to digital products?
I think the biggest thing that people don't take into consideration is exactly the same thing that we've just talked about. They say digital products cost me nothing, so everything is a profit, without taking into consideration hosting costs or insurance and let's hope they're insured, and all all of the other our CRM costs, our SaaS products, all of those things, they're thousands of dollars a month. So we still need to take those costs into account.
Yeah.
But when pricing, I think it's really important to note what is the problem that the product is solving. So if your product is solving a little tiny problem, then when you're pricing it, you can price your product a lot lower. But if your problem is solving $1 million problem, it's okay to sell it for $100,000, for example. That's still a great return on investment.
Yeah. Well, look at so if you write a book on Amazon, right, KDP, and you do the not, sell it for 99 cents, like the most you can get is what, 70%. So you get like 70 cents. So it's 30 cents. Like Amazon has probably unlimited storage space for your, 1 megabyte, digital book, and yet still charges you 30 cents to host it on every single sale. So, like Lou's saying, digital delivery is not free, even when you can mitigate the costs. Like I'm working on doing by building the IndiePod University that is being put together this week, actually. So like even trying to get every cost as low as I possibly can by not having to pay for hosting of said files and hosting of all this extra stuff, there's still fees and there's still money involved. So it just means I can offer it at a lower price and not, but I still can't give it away for free.
Not to mention your time. Not to mention your time. We didn't even talk about time.
Absolutely. Yeah, so I think time falls into the digital product piece, whether it's the time of the money, the time you're saving the person that's buying the digital product, or your time to create it.
Yeah, absolutely. I was thinking, the time to create it, also the time that you've spent gaining the knowledge and experience that you need to create something. I mean, these are not hard costs, but kind of soft costs, but they are important because I think it's really easy to undervalue ourselves and undersell ourselves because we're really quick to discount our time. So yeah, that's super important. And I think what we're talking about, there's a name for this. It's called value-based pricing. So it's based on the value that you're bringing to your customer, how much they value the product or service, in this case, digital product that you're giving them. Like, what kind of value does it bring to them? Did it really help them come up to speed on something that they need to learn to make their own business more profitable? And that could be really valuable to them. So I like value-based pricing personally.
Yeah. That time and experience that we bring to the table is worth a lot more than people think it is. And I know that you just said that, Jennifer, but I really wanted to touch on that because I saw a meme somewhere that was like, that job that I helped you to deal with in 20 minutes is because I've been doing my thing for 20 years. Like that has a dollar figure attached to it.
Yeah, I remember when we were back when I had a creative co-working space, we were revamping this old 1970s auto body shop, and we were working with an architect, and we had to make a change to the plans, and it literally was her just moving it. To us, it looked like she was just moving one line, and we got the bill for that, and it was several $100s, and we were like, what? Why? We're not going to pay that. We're not going to pay you several $100s to move a line. She's like, you're not paying me $700 to move the line. You're paying for all the schooling and my knowledge, because I knew I just had to move this line to make this plan work, to get it approved in the zoning office. So that was really kind of a slap in my, like, it woke me up. I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. You knew what you were doing. Like, I didn't know that had to be done in order to get this plan approved. So yeah, that's.
Wow. She was great for answering like that.
I liked her.
Teaching you, Jen, and you were great for accepting it as an answer, not being like, no way I'm giving you that much money for 30 seconds of your time.
Yeah, it was a wake up call. As soon as she explained it, I was like, here's the check. There you go. There you go. Because ultimately, if she didn't know what she was doing, then it could have cost me a lot of time and money, with plans that were stalled that I couldn't get approved so we could move forward with opening our business.
And
You could have paid
potentially
someone
costing
cheaper.
you thousands of dollars. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thousands of
You
dollars.
could pay someone cheaper, but then they might have taken just as long to finally figure that out,
Mm-hmm.
and would end up paying about or as much as the same price anyway. So
Yeah.
so when it also comes to digital products, like what other things do each of you think about when trying to factor in the price?
Well, obviously, you try to. This is almost hard to predict, but you obviously think about what people are willing to pay, right? Like, and whether you want to try to make money in a volume, like sell a lot at a reasonable price and make your money that way, or if you want to consider it a high-end item where you have less sales but more money per sale.
Mm.
Yeah.
I think that question, how much is willing to pay, how much is people willing to pay, can be a slippery slope.
Yes, I agree.
It really can be a slippery slope because you're bringing your own money lens to that table. And I remember the day I put my $97 product up to $997 a month. And the a lot of people were like, oh my goodness, that's a big jump. But the question I had to ask myself was A, who's my client? B, what is the problem I'm solving? And C, what do I need to do to change that $97 product so it's now valued at $997? And I made that transition very, very quickly, as in I did it within the month. So I think that when you're talking about how much are people willing to pay, think about the who you're talking about, because you may need to change that ideal client as well.
Yeah. Now, Tim asked a question. What do you think of a loss leader online? Do you think there are any brand recognition? And he said maybe not a brand, but a trusted seller. Well, I think loss leaders need to be careful about that because like a lot of people like to throw that around like they know what they're talking about, but they don't know what they're talking about because they don't know their numbers well enough to know whether or not it's actually a loss leader or they're just losing money like unwillingly and unknowingly. So when it comes to online selling, I don't know. I don't know because it's tough because you're not getting somebody in your store, right? So it's one thing to have them in your physical store where you could be like, hey, if you buy this cable, like I'm gonna sell this cable because I know a lot of people are gonna buy it, and I could sell it cheap to get them in the door to buy it so that they buy this. I mean, Best Buy did this for years with the CDs. They sold CDs cheap to get people in to buy it, like so they'd sell washers and dryers and refrigerators and that big name stuff. So I don't know. With online, it can be difficult, especially if you're like talking specifically about like Amazon, because they're not necessarily going to your store; they're like just on there. And Tim says, "I refuse to offer a loss leader."
I think that it's a smart move refusing to offer it if you don't understand the strategy. I know someone that did this very well and created like a 9-figure business off the back of this strategy. But he knew specifically the strategy and he knew exactly his numbers the whole way through the funnel. So if people are doing it without understanding, definitely don't do it. It could be a very bad thing. But if you know and understand the strategy and you know what's happening, then it can work really well. But I would actually say that I don't think that many people would understand this strategy well enough to be able to pull it off.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree. I think it's a pretty,
good.
I think you have to be pretty sophisticated and probably have deeper pockets than a lot of small business owners in order to because there's a bit of a risk there. Yeah, I just think for a typical small business person, like you don't need to get that fancy.
Yeah, I'm with you, Jen. It's you'd have to know that it was going to work off the back of it. Otherwise, goodbye business.
Well, I think it also depends on who you're trying to compete against, right? So if you're trying to compete against the bigger players in that space, like that's where you need to be able to do that. And or if buying more of said product enables you to like get to that next level pricing for everything, like that could be an absolute game
Mm-hmm.
changer for you and your business, to be like, hey, I could sell a lot more. Like I sell a lot, but I could sell a lot more of these if I just sold them cheaper, and it allows me to upgrade my pricing structure to the next level, the next 2 levels, so that all of a sudden I'm getting everything cheaper. And it's okay that I'm basically working off a rebate or something at that point for that product later on. But it just depends, like, but then you really gotta sharpen your pencil and everything else, right? And that's one of the things I wanted to bring up, is sometimes when you're thinking about pricing, you have to look at expenses. In my book I wrote extensively about like looking at the expenses and figuring out where you can cut them down in where it makes sense to cut them down, right? Where people are like, oh, especially people in offices are like, oh, I print everything. Well, why do you print everything? Well, because I want to have a copy of it. Like, okay, so when Mr. Fire comes around and like burns everything up, where's everything going to be saved? In the computer that's not on site, like in the cloud, right? That your print everything mentality is one of those things that's like, yeah, paper's not that expensive, but ink cartridges definitely are, and you can just chew through that. Like, it's still things like that if you can change the culture there of like mentality of like, what am I printing, why am I printing it, and like really going through that process, it can make a huge difference to the bottom line and ultimately allow you to make more profit on the products that you sell.
Joe, can you please just share with us the name of your book and where we can get that?
Oh, geez. All right. So I think that. So
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So it's Sales Won't Save Your Business, and you can go to Sales Won't. I think saleswon't.com still works. No, it doesn't work anymore. If you go on Amazon, you can go Sales Won't Save Your Business by Joe Pardo, and you can check it out.
Awesome.
Nice.
Thank you.
Always be selling there, Joe.
Yeah,
Always
right?
be selling.
Yeah, Joe, come on there. Drop the ball.
What would you do without us?
I know.
What
I know,
would
right?
you do without us?
I would sell 3 less books. Thank you, Lou. Thank you, Lou. So when it comes to service-based businesses, what added strategies would each of you add to that?
Oh, this is Jen's wheelhouse. She's owned so many businesses. It just blows my mind.
Yeah. I wanted to talk about subscription based pricing. Don't Sam, don't. I love the subscription model. Maybe we're looking at it a little.
Oh,
bit.
no. That was oh my goodness, it's my favorite model. Obviously I gave off the wrong vibes.
I totally misread that. I thought you were groaning like in pain. Like
I was groaning and this is sexy.
All right. Well, let me take you back to let's see, what year was this? Maybe the early 2000s. A little history. So I wanted to take you back to my first experience with this type of model. And I had a service-based business. It was a pet sitting and midday dog walking company. I may have mentioned this previously. So the bread and butter of that business, believe it or not, was our midday dog walks. We walked 300 dogs Monday through Friday. And what was happening was a walker could only walk about five dogs a day, typically 5 to 6, depending on how closely they were routed together. But we were having customers cancel all the time. So they would reserve a walker for Monday through Friday to come walk their dog in the middle of the day while they're at work. And they would cancel 2 or 3 times a week. Well, we were, they'd cancel the morning of. So we couldn't replace the work for the walker. We lost the money. We were also having administrative costs of like communicating with the walker when these cancellations were coming in. And I thought, well, we have these walkers, they have limited capacity on their schedule. These clients are literally, they're paying to reserve a time slot. So we were the first company to do this in the industry. We did flat monthly rates. So they could cancel, but they would still pay because they were keeping that time slot in a walker schedule. So what happened is we were able to charge less per walk. So the clients got a little bit of a discount because we were having regular reoccurring income from them. There were, no cancellations. We gave them I think 2 weeks a year where they could go on vacation and we wouldn't we wouldn't charge them. And they would often coordinate with their walkers. They'd have the same vacation. Anyway, so we were able to give them a little bit of a price break because of the subscription model. The walkers got regular predictive income, so we had a lot less turnover with our employees, and we got a regular reoccurring revenue for our business, which the banks and creditors love. So it was a win-win-win all around. And so since then, I've really loved the subscription model because I think in a lot of ways, it can be a triple win for businesses who are providing regular reoccurring services for their clients.
I love subscription models, and that's a great case study there, Jen. And you were before your time.
I was very cutting edge at the time. I will have to say, like, I would go to networking meetings, like in the pet world, the pet sitting industry, and people thought they thought I was going to lose all my customers. We lost 3 out of all of them, but we could afford to lose 3. It was. Believe me, I was like biting my nails when I did. I was like, oh, I might lose all my business, but.
Yeah. If I still had my dance studio, I would definitely price on a subscription model now. I would price differently. So when I did have my dance studio, I used to charge by the term. I would definitely do it over a 12-month even payment pricing schedule purely to make sure that it was locked in. I would do it for helping the parents understand how much they're paying each week, and it just gives you so much stability in your business.
It was so there's so many benefits, like, because every month, we'd get the calls, like, questioning their bill because, oh, did you get all my cancellations? I thought I canceled that day. This took those calls away. Like, there was this is what you pay every month. It stays the same. I've been trying to convince my landscaping company that comes. It's a woman-owned landscaping company. They do great work. They're so wonderful. I have a big yard that I'm not a gardener, so I need a lot of help with it. And I've been trying to get her to just charge me like the same amount every month. Like, just charge me some, like, let's figure it out, but charge me the same amount every month, and then just come and just do whatever for that amount. Like, I'm not like, I just don't want to be an embarrassment to my, to the neighborhood. Like, you don't have to like Edward Scissorhands anything. Just, the weeds and all that, put some mulch down. I don't know. But she's, she hasn't done it. I haven't convinced her, but I'm still working on it.
She got to watch the show.
Absolutely. Tag in the landscaper.
Paul's Legacy Landscaping in Northern Virginia.
Get on it.
Yeah.
So speaking of subscription models, so with IndiePod University, which is indiepoduniversity.com, because we're supposed to be promoting our things. How
do you keep track of all of your websites, Joe? That's what I want to know. You've got so many URLs.
Well, so I put them all in one place. Which
I was going to say, please tell me you have a spreadsheet. We have a spreadsheet that's called The Business, and it gets opened every day to find things.
No, I have them all registered with dreamhost.com. That's where all my domains are registered with. I used to have like 2 different places, but like, yeah, it just helps. No, because otherwise, like, I know people that are like, well, I got this name with like Namecheap, and this name with like GoDaddy, and this name with blah blah blah, and this name.
Oh, see, I'm one above you there, Joe. I know that all of mine are hosted at one place, but I've got a spreadsheet that's got every single page on a spreadsheet with the links to the sales pages, so that at any time we can just go in and send someone the link to that page, so we know where everything is.
So mine are mostly vanity, right? So almost all of the domains I own all point back to superjoepardo.com or indiepodcon.com, or actually independentpodcastconference.com. But anyway, so I'm looking at doing a subscription model with all the videos, the conference videos that we have from IndiePodCon. I'm like, well, I'm trying to figure out, like, okay, what can I do for pricing? And I was like, well, what if I just did, because like right now it's hosted all on Gumroad, which costs me nothing. It literally, they take a fee every time they sell it, and that's fine. Like, I can upload as much as I want to Gumroad, but it's not really elegant. It's not a great solution, and it's definitely not recurring income at all. So I was like, I think I'm going to take the time. I'm going to open up IndiePod University. Thanks, Lou, for the hashtag IndiePod University. And I'm just going to take all the videos, and I'm going to put them into a membership, side of the IndiePodCon website. So it's like, okay, for me, it was like, all right, easy, $5 a month, you get access to everything. And then $99 a month or $99 lifetime, you get access forever. Like, and I just keep adding more videos as we have more conferences and these virtual events, which we just had one this past weekend, which went really, really well. We raised almost $500 for No Kid Hungry. It's a charity that feeds kids, obviously, and so it was a great time. But yeah, taking all those videos, putting them into the university. We have one in 3 weeks coming up on May 16th, I believe it is. It's a Saturday. We'll be doing one for community building for podcasting. So anyway, I was like, well, $5. And then I was like, maybe I should create a middle tier one. A middle tier one that's a little bit more than $5 a month. One that's, say, between I'm like leaning, and you can either of you can chime in here. I'm leaning between like $7.99 to $9.99. And what you get for that is an added so we're going to do an added Facebook community just for people that are in the IndiePod University that just get like questions answered and all that stuff. But like that also gets you the call, like a live call once with like the group, a group live call for that. And if you do the one-time fee, which right now is $99, it's been $99 since September with the Gumroad, link and all that. You'll get access to that as well. So you buy in, you get lifetime access. You can jump in the call once a month and all that. So, but yeah, so like that, and I mean, I'm hosting the website, so I'm already paying for the hosting. Like that's not changing. The videos are all going to be hosted through YouTube, so it costs me nothing, right? So I have no cost there. The membership side is a plugin that does it literally costs nothing. So I'm just like, I think I can afford to do it for $5 a month through an easy PayPal subscription, and we'll have more recurring income than prior, where I would sell, every couple of weeks I'd sell a couple of these lifetime virtual tickets, but nothing significant. And then there's
silence.
There's silence.
No,
yes.
Thanks for sharing that, Joe. It sounds good.
Well, no, so the point being is that sometimes the pricing has to just make sense in a way that people are willing to buy it, right? Like people are going to set that price, whether they're either going to be like, yes, that's too much, or that no, it's not too much, and buy in.
Well, I think
right?
it comes down to. Sorry, Joe. I think it comes down to, is it a want or is it a need? If I sell I sell business coaching, so I help people to make money. If they're losing money in their business, or if they're not doing so well and they want to earn more money, then it's sort of more of a need. It's not I can do that in a year. It's like, well, I can help you make $100,000 next week. So, is that something that you want right now? So I think it makes a difference to understand the outcome that you provide. Weight loss products or personal training services for a bride is much more of a need than for someone that has just decided, maybe, I've been eating too much comfort food over the lockdown. Maybe I need to get some training, but I'm going to keep eating this, mac and cheese and worry about that next week. So it does come down to, is it a want or a need? How important is it right now?
I just hate $5 pricing.
That's why we both went silent. And Joe knows that.
I know.
I hate it. I'm like, I mean, it might as well be free. I mean, I just don't I don't think it should be free. I'm just saying, like, $5 is like
a month.
$5 a month is just not. I hate $5.
Yep.
Period. Like
I'm with you, Jen.
I hate it so much. I can't even tell you how much
I am with
pricing.
You, Jen.
You are?
Oh, that's why we both went silent, because I'm like, I don't know what to say right now.
I'm hitting it.
I mean, by the time you take out the PayPal fee, I mean, I don't know. I just feel like you're really not valuing it at all. And if you're not valuing it, then how is anyone else going to psychologically value it?
Yeah.
Well, the Super Joe 5 spot. No, so look, that's just the way I was looking at starting the pricing, and as time goes on and more video. I mean, we already have like over 60 hours of videos like
Exactly.
to start out like it to
That's
up
what I'm
your
saying.
podcasting
It's worth
game.
more than $5.
Super
Mhm.
costs more. All
Yeah.
right, well I'll
Yep.
I'll consider going up on it then.
Let's follow this up in a few months, this conversation, and see what happens.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Speaking of following up, we need to give a shout out to Enterprise Center for their for answering a tag that was at 9:00 at night last, or 9:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or Eastern Daylight Time. Last week, I tagged the wrong Enterprise. I tagged where the St. Louis Blues play their NHL hockey games, and their person responded to us saying, we think you mean somebody, we think you mean the other Enterprise, the car
And
rental place.
that was within a couple of minutes of the tag, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, I was
Yes,
sweating
was.
it because I just bashed Enterprise rental car, and I thought, oh my gosh, I saw Enterprise come like in comment, and I was like, oh, here we go. Here comes my first lawsuit as a result of this podcast.
No, I thought that was
That's a
absolutely.
marketing tool.
Yeah, we no, we don't want that. Joe,
on.
stop.
Come on, let's go.
Oh no.
Punch the monster in the mouth and see what happens. Go for a ride.
Anyway, it was so cool that at 9:00 at night they answered that tag. I thought that was super cool.
That was very cool. That's somebody that's really paying attention, purely paying attention to the chatter. I bet they're a very successful enterprise.
Yes,
Absolutely.
yes, definitely. So we only have a few minutes left here.
Woo!
Hey.
I have a grind my gears that I forgot. I said I forgot about, but I remember what it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
The grind my gears was so I ordered I told you I've ordered like a big boy table for down here, right? With wheels, so I can wheel it around the garage area and stuff and move it around. Well, I ordered one on Amazon, and I found one today that I actually wanted instead, where I was going to put my own I bought casters at Home Depot and put casters on it so I can move it around. And I go to Amazon. I hit, okay, I want to cancel this desk. I get an email back like maybe 2 hours later saying, "Oh no, we're not canceling it. It's already on the shipping dock. Like it's going." So I'm like, was this just like not my job or something? Like what? Like, you haven't shipped it yet. It's on your shipping dock. Don't send it. It's as simple as that. Because so that's what I wrote back to him was, hey, in for everybody's sake, don't ship it because I'm just going to return it and I'm not paying the shipping coming back to go back to you. I emailed you before you shipped it. Not my problem.
Well,
should I like throw the keyboard now? Because I am mad. Because that. I mean, now it's another thing. So my hope is that I'll see the people that when they deliver it, and I'll just refuse it, and it'll just go back. But it's just like, why? Why does it need to be that way? I sent an email, take it off, right?
I don't know. Is it that easy to take it off? Maybe it's not so easy taking it off.
Maybe
yeah.
Maybe there's a lot on there. Like, I have to crawl over a bunch of boxes and crates, and I don't know. Maybe it's not.
Okay. I guess
I don't know, tough guy. I think you need to go
it's...
down to that dock and give them a piece of your Super Joe Pardo business.
I don't know where they're located. I'm gonna, you know what? Now I'm gonna try and find out where they're located. And
oh my goodness,
Joe on the dock.
If it's
wow.
local, I'll go. But I don't think it's local. I have a feeling it's not. Dock war. Not hashtag not a boat. All right, so we have one cool thing that involves Google Drive. Who wrote that in the
that must be Jen.
That was me. That was my desperate attempt to come up with something for the episode.
Oh.
Okay. All right. So let me try to explain what I learned. It has to do with a command in Google Drive where you hit Shift plus Z. And what that does, everybody calm down. I'm so excited about this. What that does, what it did for me is I had a bunch of shared individual subfolders in a shared Google Drive folder, right? And I had a document that I wanted to, I didn't want to copy it 20 different times, actually 30 different times. I wanted to share that document in all of the folders. Are you tracking with me, everybody?
Yep, I've got you.
Okay, so I just selected the document, clicked Shift plus Z, and then a window pops up and you can, select the folder that you want to add it to. And it added it to all the folders I want to add it to. But okay, so this is a beautiful thing. If you need this to happen, in my case, I was making a swipe file for all of the speakers at the Small Business Grit Summit that I'm putting on. And so I had a social media content calendar that I wanted them all to have with a schedule and content for all the social media posts that I want them to do on behalf of the summit. So I wanted to make it super easy. So I was able to drop this document into all of their folders. Now, if I change anything on the master copy, it changes it in all the folders. If I delete it, it deletes it from all the folders. So I can continue to update it. And they get updates all at the same time. I don't have to worry about them not all having the same exact document and all the same changes. Yes, Mary Sue Dayhill. It is amazing. It is amazing. Trust me, you want to know this. Shift plus Z.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Yeah,
and I am so happy I learned it. I'm going to turn it into a tattoo. And I think I'm going to put it on the inside of my wrist because I'm afraid I'm not going to remember, like if I have to do it again 2 months from now. And I think it would actually look like a pretty cool tattoo. Shift plus C.
Yeah.
Cool, right?
That is awesome. That is so cool.
That's my one cool thing.
That's super awesome. Cool. That's so cool that it's cool for all of us.
Yeah. It's cool for the world.
So you have a master folder that you put like the documents you want everybody to see in that folder, and then hit Shift plus C,
and then add it to all the folders that I want to be in.
Awesome.
Love it. Love it.
No copies required. Oh, thank you, Google Drive. I love you so much.
Oh, that is so cool.
And that's our show, folks.
Yes, that is the show. Hopefully next week my actual bell thing will be working.
I'm not going to be here unless it is.
Oh, well.
Just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'll be here.
It needs to work. All right. Well, everybody, I hope that you and your families are all staying safe. If you have any suggestions or questions for the Business Geeks, you can send all of those to questions@businessgeekspodcast.com. Catch us next Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and Tuesday, 10 a.m. Australian Eastern Time. Did I say it right this time?
You got it right, Super Joe. Everyone in Australia loves you now.
Your mom texted me.
I know. I was so embarrassed. I just wanted to just die.
She's like, you need to say it right. I'm like, all right, I thought I did.
Everyone's scared of my mum, even people on the other side of the world.
She said she enjoyed the show, though, so I'm glad. Thanks, Mom. I appreciate it.
Who's her favorite? I'm just kidding.
It's probably Joe.
No.
I mean, she doesn't text me. I'm just saying.
Oh, Jennifer, you're missing out.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
She
dear.
hasn't corrected you yet.
Oh, I'm sure she's going to correct me soon.
Oh,
no, my mum. She probably will.
Speaking of which, Jennifer, did you get the cutout to send to your mom?
No, not yet, but it's on my list.
Oh, cool.
I was hoping to lose some weight first. I didn't want to be like a ginormous cutout.
Yeah, cut out that 10 pounds.
I didn't want to pay extra.
I didn't want to have to cut it down before I sent it. Take a few inches off with my serrated knife.
All right, well, thank you everybody for watching. It's been an absolute pleasure, and we'll see you all next week. Take care.
Ciao.